Hey y'all, it's your girl Erica Vane back again to talk about Raising Kanan. And in this video, I'm breaking down the season preview that STARZ recently dropped. Let's talk about what we can expect. The preview opens up with Kanan eating and Rock talking to him like he got to keep his head on a swivel. There's still people coming for him. He seems very nonchalant, like, I got it, I'm all good. And it's like, no, you don't got it. You just thrusted yourself into this game by killing Buck 20 in episode 1. You had not been in the game before. Your mom has kept you separate for a reason. She had high hopes for you, high academic aspirations for you, and now she has to contend with keeping you safe, keeping you alive so that you can hopefully still chase these academic ambitions and get out of, the hood and go on to do greater things. But instead of, because she made the decision not to take him to his grandmother's house in episode 1 that we saw, so now she got to figure out how to still raise you while now there's a target on your back. She came to an agreement with Unique in episode 1 where we saw that she had to give up all the corners that she had made a deal with initially in that episode. She had to give all of that up in reference to creating the truce so that they could take the bounty off of Kanan's head. But Kanan killed Buck 20, who is a well-connected street dude, and aside from Unique no longer coming for him or there no longer being a bounty on his head, there's people who loved him, right? There's people who really mess with Buck 20, and Unique can't stop those people from coming out the woodwork. So we saw at the end of last episode that Raquel took it upon herself to start training Kanan to use a gun so that he would know certain things. Now at the start of this preview, she's like, yo, you got to keep your head on the swivel. You got to look out for you. I'm not going to be with you all the time. This is serious. You need to always be aware. And this is one of his first lessons. And like I talked about, y'all, Raising Kanan is the prequel series so that we can see how the Kanan Stark that we came to love and know in the Power series came to be. And this is really going to walk you through and explain everything that we saw. We're going to see the seeds planted and then come to fruition about him. And this is one of the very first ones. Always be aware, arrive early, like pay attention, keep your eyes open at all times. You don't get to slip up. And we get that in the first 5 seconds of this trailer. And then we also get to see the drug organization, and Raquel is talking about she's building a business. We get to see Marvin, who's talking about we making big moves. We get to see Lulu, who's watching somebody at the club, and we know that Lulu is about his business. We know Marvin be effing up. So it's so funny to see Marvin talking about we making moves, and it's like he's eating. He don't take things seriously, and he messes things up all the time. So even though he's talking big stuff, he ain't really going to back it up. And I'm hoping that this season we're going to get to see how he lost control of the Thomas organization, because we heard in episode 1 that at one point he had Raquel's spot, but he wasn't able to handle it. So she had to hush him real quick, like, you was sitting in this seat. You wasn't able to handle this seat. So mind your business. Let me talk to my son and let me run this organization, because I know what I'm doing and you don't. And I think that we're definitely going to see her son him a bunch more times in this season, like season 1. But I'm looking forward to see exactly what he did to lose control of the organization and how Raquel was able to turn it around. Because when we meet them, y'all, they're doing okay. Like they not the top. Unique is the top right now, but they right under. And Raquel is going for true queen pin status. She's going towards making the business go to a whole nother level, and she's pushing real hard. And we also learned in this preview that Kanan makes it really hard for her. This killing Buck 20 randomly for a corner that she didn't even want, that definitely throws a wrench in the plans, and it literally creates more problems that they already didn't need to deal with, because they were dealing with supply issues. When we came into the episode, we learned that both her and Unique were dealing with supply issues. They were running up against territory issues. There's other regular drug business things that she got to deal with, and now Kanan then added something onto her plate that she really didn't need to deal with by dropping this body. And in the preview, we see Marvin, I think, give Kanan his first brick or put him on the corner. I don't think Raquel was ready for him to do that. I think Raquel wanted him to be able to protect himself, so she gives him his first piece. She shows him how to use his first piece, but I don't think that she had planned for her son to be a corner boy. But Kanan wants in, and he wants all the way in, and Marvin is the one who puts him out there. And I think that by the end, when we are going through this trailer, we get to see, her talk about, your crew is you only as strong as your crew, and she's coaching him up on how to actually do it. I think she winds up having to do that because Marvin has exposed him in this way, set him up for failure, and now she got to come back and show him, like, this is how you actually going to do it. If you're going to be out in this corner, you're going to do it this way. If you're going the same way that if she said after he didn't drop the body, like, if you're going to be out here carrying, you're going to be shooting people, you're going to do it the right way. You need to be able to protect yourself. You need to know how to shoot, know how to aim. And that's what I think we're going to see in this season for sure. And I do want to make the note, y'all, that I think that the season preview that they give us is only the preview of like the first 5 episodes. I doubt this is scenes from the entire season. I definitely think that they got more coming with that. We get a scene where Jukebox and young Kanan are walking in school and they're looking real shifty towards somebody, and I think that that might be a Buck 20's crew because the word is out that he died. We don't necessarily know, it's not confirmed which bullet hit him because we know that him and his homie was shooting at the same time, but I think the word is about to get out that Kanan is the one that dropped him, which is where we get the whole Davina thing where she's like, yo, I'm from these streets, I live this, I know this, I just want the truth. I think she really wants to know who killed Buck 20 because she was really in love with him, and that makes me a little bit nervous, like maybe we can't trust Davina because if she really cared about dude, even though she thought that Kanan was cool, we saw them have a little moment in episode 1, she might have some revenge on her heart if she was in love with dude. And then we get to see a lot of Detective Howard in this preview. He's a very interesting character. I love Omar Epps as an actor. He's freaking phenomenal, but I definitely think he's going to be skirting the lines of morality, of ethics, and all of that. Personally, I think that him and Rock had something back in the day, which is going to create more attention. I feel like he probably used to run the streets and now he doesn't, which is why he's the type of cop that he is. He seems really grounded. He knows everybody that's involved. Tells Unique that he don't need to drop no more bodies. He can't have no more bodies in this area. So he's very familiar when he's talking to Unique. He's very familiar when he's talking to Rock. So I could see him being cool with Unique as they were all growing up. I could have seen him dating Rock earlier on, and that's why he's so familiar. But now he's in a position as a police officer, or he chose to be on the other side of this life, and that's where there's a little bit of tension as well, and that's why he operates the way that he does, because him and his partner operate very differently. Even though she's a newbie and a white woman, so she's of course going to operate a little bit differently, but he's a lot more comfortable in this environment than she is, and I think that he is also involved in ways that he probably shouldn't be. Now, we do see Unique kill somebody in this trailer, and I don't think that happens after Detective Howard tells him to stop dropping bodies. I think it happens before, which is what prompts that conversation of like, yo, I can't have no more bodies up here. And then we also see a drive-by happen. I don't think that they actually going to hit Kanan, but this is just going to let us know that like, yo, they looking for him. They trying to, you know, there's still people out here that's really trying to kill Kanan for real. And we're going to see how he gets around it, how he learns to pay attention to different things, how he avoids the trouble that he got himself into. And then also we get to see the love interest. So we get to see Jukebox and Nicole, and then we get to see Rock and Symphony, who are now a thing. We get a moment between Rock and Jukebox where she admits that yes, she does have somebody. I think in this moment she does tell Rock that she's also a girl, like she's into girls, and you hear Jukebox say, please don't tell my dad, and then Rock's like, I ain't gonna do that, and let me tell you, I got somebody too. And then that's when she probably mentions Symphony as well. And towards the end of the preview, we see the stash house get hit, and that's where Kanan is at the time. He probably was put on duty at the stash house, and these people run up in there. And honestly, I think that this is where we're going to see in reference to the start of the war, even though we can't necessarily confirm if it's Unique's crew that's behind it. This is where we really start to see him thrust fully into the life, and the rest of the season is going to be watching him develop for real as this little drug kingpin in the making, honestly. And then the scene where we see Marvin crash his car into that van, I think that that's actually happening when the stash house is getting hit, so that they're not actually able to take the stash, because I think Marvin gets there fast enough to one, damage that vehicle, and he probably drops the people who run up in the stash house. And we get a moment as Rock is talking about she's building a business with some characters in the background that we can't really see, they're blurred out. To me, I'm gonna call them Italians, and I feel like they are the Connect. She's meeting with the Connect, so we're gonna get a moment of that. We do get a moment to the publicist lady whose dog got fricasseed in episode 1. She still seems like she got her little attitude, and I think this is Marvin in the foreground, so they probably sleeping together and doing some shady business, and Marvin knows that Rock is gonna have a problem with that because Rock don't like this hoe. She don't like him, and now Marvin's gonna have that issue with her as well. We also get a glimpse of Rock in a church with an envelope full of money, so Lord, is she paying off pastors now? It's a lot going on. I think that this season is going to be just incredible incredibly action-packed. There's going to be tons of sex, love, and violence, and of course drugs, since they run a drug organization. And y'all, you know I'm already excited. I've been talking about how excited I am. I'm not going to stop telling y'all how excited I am. Episode 2 is premiering this Sunday on STARZ. Be on the lookout for my episode breakdowns. I'm coming with character breakdowns as well as prediction videos. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you do not miss when I upload a video about Powerbook 3, Raising Kanan, or any of the other hot television shows that I am breaking down. My Powerbook 3, Raising Kanan playlist is linked for you right here, so if you missed anything, you can check it out, and I got 2 suggestions for other series you might love as well. Get into it, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!